Welcome to another edition of the Big Knick Energy Podcast. Start your shoulders shimmy, Frank. Check out our sponsor, Empire Original Designs at jointheempire.com, the East Coast #1 challenge coin manufacturer, the home of challenge coins, lapels, pins, patches, keychains, bottle openers, and more. Mention our podcast, Big Knick Energy, via email for 5% off purchases. Once again, that's at jointheempire.com. I'm your host, Joe Yoke, the Bald Kid Wonder. That's my co-host, Frank, the New York Postman, a.k.a. Trey Duse, a.k.a. delivers every day and twice on Sunday. The
That's
Coach
right.
Postman. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, my man. Welcome back to another episode, my friend.
Welcome to another episode. I am bald, in case anyone thought I was lying all those times that I've had a hat on.
Yeah, it's not just a selling point.
It's not just a selling point. It turns out more people sell with hair than without.
I disagree.
No, it's facts. You know why? Because way more people have hair than not have hair.
I don't know. I think your demographic is a strong group of people. I'm with it.
I actually try
Hold
to
them down.
intimidate people. I try to intimidate children by being bald. That's
you just let the vein. You just hold your breath and let that vein rock.
Yeah, exactly. So are you ready for the end of Summer League? Because it ended.
Summer League.
NBA Summer League this weekend on SummerSlam. The Knicks went 4-2. The last game obviously was the most important. They got the consolation bracket. They got somewhere between 5th and 19th. I don't know how the fuck it works. Do you know how the fuck it works?
No.
Do any of us know how it works?
I don't think so.
I think the Kings beat the Celtics for the championship, but I don't even know what that means. They just both happen to be undefeated.
I mean, who cares, right? Because none of this even matters.
Yes, exactly. Whose line is it anyway?
Yeah, I have no idea. I'm just happy to see, to get these young guys out there, to see them just run around, kind of gain a little bit of chemistry and, see their skill sets out on the floor, playing competitively after college, just get those juices flowing. The best part about Summer League is making these assumptions about these players we draft and then seeing them utilize these tools that verify our assumptions. So that was a lot of fun.
I totally agree with that. I was going to ask you, just because obviously there are a couple of games that we would want to go over. Who was your favorite Summer League player?
McBride did a lot for me, obviously. I mean,
if only anyone listening knew what I just laughed at.
Oh, yeah. McBride did a lot for me, but Jericho Sims was the guy that I kind of had my eye on going into it. And, his athleticism was on full display. His head was above the rim, just like I thought. He opened up the pick and rolls with quickly. He could finish around the rim. He was actually a lot better in the post off of offensive rebounds and putting it back up than I thought. He had he
utilized a hook shot. That
I was just gonna say he had a little baby hook that he actually was pretty efficient with. So, that was kind of my guy. Everybody else kind of, Grimes shot pretty well. He didn't he have he definitely had one game where he went off.
Grimes picked it up. He ended it with 28 and then 26 back to back.
Really, Obi Toppin was the shining point of this, but the guy should probably be the shining point. He's the oldest guy probably on the floor, other than who else? Wayne Sheldon, right?
Wayne Sheldon would have been the oldest.
Yeah, Wayne Sheldon would have been the oldest. So Obi, it was good to see, and everybody's oh, Obi Toppin, man.
For all the crap I talked about Obi being old, though, Chris Duarte is in fact older.
It was just, it was good. It was good to see. It was good to see basketball for one.
Yeah.
Right. But not obviously the finals and the playoffs are the highest level of professional basketball, but it was good to I would rather watch lower tier Knicks basketball.
Than the Olympics?
No, to me, man, I was happy to watch lower tier Knicks basketball than I was to watch the NBA finals.
That's because we're diehard fans, though. That makes sense.
Sure.
I'm honestly also was way more excited to watch quickly Toppin, McBride, Sims, Grimes, Rokas even. I was more excited to watch Rokas Jokibitis than I was excited to watch Giannis go against Devin Booker.
Listen, Jokibitis kind of took me for a surprise. I know you were the last pod we did, we were you were really into, seeing what this guy can do. He took me by surprise.
Yeah.
Defensively pretty solid. He was kind of awake on defense. He was pretty confident from the 3-point line. Him and
They left him pretty open. I don't know what.
Yeah,
I'm
I
pretty sure
know.
there was no scouting report on this dude for most of the team.
He
Any
was
team they
pretty
went
wide
against.
open.
But like this dude was just like open in the corner, and I'm like thinking like he's a professional since he was 15 years old.
Right.
Probably can make that shot.
Didn't he win a couple of championships too overseas before he turned like 18 or something like that? I'm pretty sure they.
Not. I don't think
No,
he's Luka
yeah.
Doncic.
No, I'm serious. I'm pretty sure they were the summer league. When I was listening to the broadcast, they stated something like that. I'm pretty sure.
I'm Googling this.
Yeah, please do. I mean, listen, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure.
Did Rokas Jokubitis win a title?
And legitimately, like this guy with McBride, Jokubitis with McBride, were kind of putting the clamps on people on the perimeter. It was kind of cool to see. So
he has awards. I don't know what these awards are. The Mindaugas Cup winner. He's the 2 times King Mindaugas Cup winner.
The Druskis
Ilgauskas? Yeah.
Award.
Exactly. He's won
solid.
He did win the best young player for leagues in 2019 and 2021. So he's been young and the best multiple times.
Okay, so maybe that's what they were saying, and I just wasn't listening because I was like falling asleep while watching the game.
I mean, when you're watching Summer League at 10:30, you didn't pay full attention, dude.
Yeah, after being a full-time postman and falling asleep during Summer League, I didn't pay full attention. My apologies.
Speaking of postmans, dude, that's a phenomenal hat, Frank. I know that you keep wearing it, and I wish I was wearing it right now.
Yeah, you're not allowed.
You're
not allowed wearing it. That beautiful bulbous head of yours needs to shine.
Show my baldness. Where can people get that hat?
So we still have some merch left on the Big Knick Energy website. And the website would be bignickenergy.com. Go pick it up. Listen, it's something that, look at me. I mean, you can be me. And that doesn't everyone want to be me? Joe, put it on real quick. Yeah, just put it on. Just for a second. Show them. It's beautifully done. Listen,
it fits so well. You could have hair or no hair.
Listen, it's beautifully done. It's made by local people around us, so it's not like it's like a big company that are pumping these out. We're supporting local businesses with it. We love everybody who buys this, by the way. Like, we love you and we appreciate you. You rock it. You send us pictures on our Instagram, Big Knick Energy. We'll post it up. We'll show you guys on Instagram rocking our merch. Let us see what you look like rocking our merch. And listen,
not only that, but as a Knick fan, why would you not want to have Big Knick Energy?
I mean, I straight up have Big Knick Energy everywhere I go. Every day. This is my favorite. This is hands down my favorite hat. I have a ton of dad hats. I have a ton of fitted caps. This is the only hat I rock anymore.
It is also my favorite hat.
Yeah, without a doubt. It's clean. Look how clean it is. I'll show them again.
It's so nice.
Look how clean that is. So nice. The stitching is beautiful. The colors are beautiful. That website, by the way, one more time, is bignickenergy.com. Go pick it up. Prices are fair. Shipping goes out right away. I work for the post office, so I'll get that out to you right away.
Frank's like, I'll deliver it to you myself.
I will legitimately fly to wherever you live, and I will hand deliver it to you. And then kiss you on the cheek.
There goes all of our funding is to Frank's Flyer Miles and Passport. And that's the end of that. That advertisement went horribly awry.
Guaranteed.
All right. Anyway, so we can mail it to you. I don't think Frank's going to deliver all of them.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to. I work 6 days straight, 10 hours a day. There's no way I'm getting this.
If you live in Poughkeepsie, New York, though, on his route, there's a strong possibility it's him.
Word up.
So you loved Jericho Sims.
Yeah, I did.
I want to just mention real quick. We don't have to talk about Amir Sims at all, but he did get offered an Exhibit 10 contract and is actually going to training camp. And that was my low key dude going in.
Yeah, yes, it was.
I remember watching him at Clemson a little bit. I saw highlights and stuff. And this dude has a post game.
I watched the clips of him. By the way, I'm happy you brought him up. For one, I also want to say he was the most underwhelming guy that we brought up. But I also think that he didn't get the most playing time. They kind of rotated the minutes between him and that guy Reed, right?
Reed. I hope Reed Travis never plays again, honestly.
So yeah, Reed Travis. The biggest thing that I saw from Amir Sims that stuck out the most to me was his passing ability. And I think that his passing ability, like when we were talking to Vin earlier about how Jericho Sims can possibly take
Taj's role.
I think that Amir Sims is the guy who is more inclined with his skill set to be someone who could take up and eat up minutes just in case Taj Gibson gets hurt. So
I was gonna say I don't think that would truly happen. I wish that would happen. It'd be awesome, but realistically, like if it gets to the point that Taj even needs to play at all during the season, like we already went through that last year,
right,
that means Mitch and or Noel are out, and
right.
I want Taj. I wish Taj Gibson on this team was like Udonis Haslem on the Heat. It's like he's there as a player coach more than to
Right.
actually play the game. But I mean, whether Amir Sims or Jericho Sims gets these minutes at the end of the day, it would be in garbage time most of the time anyway.
True. Well, so two things. One's a question, one's a statement. I'm happy, like we talked about in the last podcast as well. I'm so happy with our signings because we are also drafting guys with similar skill sets to the veterans on our team. And I think this is going to benefit. I think that's like such a smart
Our
thing
team
to
has
do.
an identity literally position by position.
Right. My question for you is, are you kind of upset that we have transitioned into win now mode? Where all these young guys that we're drafting are going to have two-way contracts, are going to be playing a lot of G League games, and are going to get garbage minutes and or injury minutes.
No, not at all. The
Okay.
point of being a fan is to fucking watch wins and championships, which you and I
Okay.
share for the same teams. We've never seen that before. I wish
Never.
my whole life was win now mode.
Yeah.
Like, I just picked the Mets and Jets and Knicks as a kid. I could have picked the Knicks, which would have been torturous either way, but I could have picked the Yankees and Giants instead. And I'd be like, oh, this is sick. I have like 6 or 7 titles since I was born. But like,
Right.
win now mode is exciting.
Right.
Like, they're the most exciting part of being a Knicks fan for the past like 8-7 years after Melo like fell off and then left was the draft and tanking, which is
right.
horrendous to actually
Right.
want or cheer for. I'm
Like
so
to
much
actually
happier
like
now.
look for Mike. So I agree.
I also think with the guys we picked, real quick, I think they can get playing time. Like McBride is gonna have a part
I think
being the
McBride-
defensive specialist that they wanted Ntilikina to be for the past 5 years.
Do you think they went into win now mode too quickly?
I mean, they got the 4 seed. Everyone was like, if there was a year to tank, it would have been this past year. It was 5. The draft was seen as 5 deep the whole year, right? And then Kamiga fell a little bit. Barnes actually went 4th in front of Suggs anyway. But like,
right.
This was the year that you're supposed to tank. Like, there's like 5 almost can't miss prospects that are around. Like, but we didn't. Do you think you would have rather been a Pistons fan this year, or an OKC fan, or a Knicks fan who extremely overachieved and then got busted
that's
in the first round?
So my thing is I agree with you. I would much rather have the excitement of getting to the playoffs. Let me rephrase the question. I guess. Do you think by us overachieving so heavily preemptively put us into win now mode? Because like you said it, we overachieved. We went 20 games over what we thought we were gonna win. So do you think by winning these 20 extra games, getting the 4th seed has prematurely put us into win now mode?
I'm going to still say no. And I want to.
I think so personally.
Okay. So there's one championship. There's one champion for every sport every year. That's just how it works.
Right.
There are like 3 or 4 teams this upcoming year between like mostly the Nets, Bucks, and Lakers.
Yeah.
And then maybe if the Warriors or the Jazz or like the Sixers figure it out.
I think the Jazz are pretenders. I think watch out for like the Grizzlies over the Jazz.
Well,
personally,
that's an entirely different thing. We get
No, I just wanted to get that piece off.
But so I'll just say the main 3: the Bucks, Lakers, and Nets. Right? If you're not a fan of one of those 3 teams, I mean, in essence, why would you even try? Like, you're not going to win the title, right? Right. It's like, do you watch? You don't watch the Knicks to hope they lose and then they get Cade Cunningham. You watch the Knicks hoping they win and pull off upsets here and there. I also don't actually think that we're set up poorly because, if anything, all the like not the draft picks, all the supposed free agents that were supposed to be coming, like that were supposed to be open the next year, 2022, 2023, almost every single one of them just signed extensions with their team. The like 2nd or 3rd best free agent in the next year is fucking TJ Warren.
Right.
You can trade for TJ Warren now for like a first round pick if you wanted.
Right.
Like, it's not even like what's the point of actually not doing well or like trying to acquire assets and stuff? I think the better move is to do what the Knicks did, which is they signed all these dudes to maybe like a couple of them are like tiny bits of overpays with the actual yearly salary, but having a team option at the end of all of them, except for Kemba, who's like the lowest paid dude from a potential standpoint anyway.
Right.
Having them all be on team options are extremely tradable assets.
Right.
And if there is a place that is set up, it's like stars want to go where they have a chance to win a title, but also to a larger market. Like we've always had the largest market. We haven't looked like we were even close. We've made the second round like twice or three times in my lifetime. I mean, I was born in 91, so the 90s, they made it more than that. But I mean, like, since I was like 7, 8 years old, I can actually remember basketball. Like, they've made the second round like 3, 4 times in my lifetime. Like, I'd rather them just try. I'm so much more excited for them to try than to like, oh, they could have got Cade. And then we start like if they tanked, like, let's just say they tanked last year, right? Hypothetically, they do terribly. They get either Cade or Green or Mobley if they want to go big, whatever. They get one of the, we'll say they get one of the guards. And then we have Quickly, we have Cater, Suggs, or Green, whichever one. We have one of those two dudes. We have those two dudes. We're giving Kevin Knox minutes, who's proven that he hasn't done anything for our team.
Right.
Maybe we still give Ntilikina minutes. It's like the team I'm telling to you right now is bound for 15 to 20 wins for the next 2 to 3 years anyway. It's like, when would it actually end? When do you see the greatness down the line?
Okay.
That was really long-winded.
It was a lot. No, it's a lot to take in because like a lot of it I do agree with, and there's some of it that like I'm gonna go into like GM mode, right? Like my GM mode. Not because I get it. Like obviously you want to start building a team, you want to start building a culture, you want to start having winning because potentially the winning is going to bring bigger free agents and so on and so forth.
The two words that Leon Rose have said the most this offseason has been foundation and culture, by the way. So I do feel like they're doing that.
And yes, unequivocally, they are absolutely building a foundation. They have put everything into where it needs to be. The Julius Randle contract and Julius taking that break on the money to
who would have done that on this team even 2 years ago?
I agree. So like back to the teams that win, like this is what I think of. There's no parity in the NBA, right? Like when LeBron came into the league, it was, LeBron's going to make the finals. How many finals did he make in a row? It was like 9.
Or the conference championship.
Conference championships,
7 in a row or some shit like that.
Okay. The Warriors. He's been in
half the finals since he's been in the league.
It's been LeBron or the Warriors. So with you saying things like the Bucks, the Lakers, the Nets, to me, I look at it and go, okay, so we sign these guys. We're going to be competitive, but at the end of the day, are we going to have our hat in the circle? What do you think? Like, in all honesty, like, because I said when we started doing the free agent signing, I was like, yeah, maybe we're definitely a second round playoff team. And then we signed Kemba, and I was like, okay, a healthy Kemba can push us a little further.
I still think it's a second round. I still think like the second round's the best. Like I do
as well. So then I look at the team and I go, okay, so us signing these guys that are only pushing us an extra round and we're probably going to get bounced. Why not run these young guys for a bit? See the talent that we have, cultivate a young culture of guys. Because like Julius signed the extension, right? I get it. I get the whole move of it. I just think that us winning 20 extra games, getting to the 4th seed, getting to the playoffs made everyone go, okay, it's time. And I don't think that currently instituted. I think if you would have gave us like 1 more year or 2 more years of actually building the youth and developing our youth, and then you go out and get these guys, I think that the league will change a little bit, and then we'll have more of a chance to go deeper into the playoffs. I think it was just a very, very knee-jerk reaction.
So I'm gonna devil's advocate your GM mode.
Sure.
Real quick.
I go young. I go young when almost fails.
Whenever anyone does any hypothetical or like I predict this is gonna happen,
yeah,
the one major thing that happens in all of sports that we just like are ignorant to, or like it's blissful ignorance, honestly, because you don't wish this upon anyone,
right,
are injuries, like major
right.
injuries. LeBron James didn't make the playoffs a couple years ago. That actually happened. Steph Curry did not make the playoffs last year. That also actually happens. Like,
Right.
dudes get hurt. Like, Steph obviously just didn't have Klay Thompson. It wasn't him. But like, and LeBron James was like on a crappier team, like shut down the year, like just took off the end of the year and then didn't make it. Like, when I say the Nets, the Bucks, and the Lakers are the three favorite teams, it's like the Lakers' best player is 38 years old going into like his 19th or 20th season.
Right.
The Nets are relying on three dudes that like they played 12 games together, including the postseason. They played 12 games together. They were on the team together for like 75, 80 games, and they played 12 of them. The Bucks were just literally survival of the fittest, and their core is also the youngest. I feel like those two things go hand in hand. And so because of that, like none of us, not a single person, not even in Atlanta, thought the Atlanta Hawks were going to make the Eastern Conference Finals or beat the 76ers.
Right.
And that happened. But like realistically, if you think about it, the Hawks and the Knicks are both almost bound for regression a little bit based on this past year, right?
Right.
The Knicks from a wins total standpoint, like they're probably not going to be 10 games over 500. Their projected over under is 40 and a half. There's 82 games. So if you bet on them going 500 on the over, you're literally winning the bet right now if you think that as a Knicks fan.
Right.
The Hawks, I guarantee you the Hawks odds to make the Eastern Conference Finals right now, I haven't looked at them, but they're probably like plus 1,000, plus 1,500. Like, it's not like they have good odds. Like,
right.
Like, no one expects that, but you want to have your team be the closest to the highest level of like, we can compete for a championship, whether you think that they're there
at
or
all
not.
Points.
At all points. Exactly. It's like, dude, ask Oklahoma City fans, would they rather have the 35 first round picks, or do they wish they still had Harden, Westbrook, and Durant?
Do you think that I'm so used to failure that I found beauty in talent assessment? Do you think I'm just jaded to it?
I don't even think it's talent assessment. I think you love the idea of potential. You love the idea of like youth potential.
I love it, man.
I'm gonna like, dude, we both said Emmanuel Quickley is our favorite player on our team. If I could give up Emmanuel Quickley for fucking Kevin Durant, I would literally help Emmanuel Quickley drive to the
real quick. That's a dope little segue. I mean, shout out to Emmanuel Quickley. I know you probably, if you hear this, that's what's up. That'd be awesome. But you averaged 7.8 assists in these 5 games that you played, and I am very happy that we were able to put you in a position where you were making decisions and you successfully navigated offenses and made the right decisions throughout the entirety of this summer league. I'm just saying, you were the second highest scorer behind Obi Toppin. Obi Toppin averaged 21 points a game. You averaged 20. But, Emmanuel Quickley's numbers, 33 minutes, 20 points, 4 rebounds, 7.8, which is 8 assists, 1.4 steals with 2.4 turnovers. So kudos, hats off to you. You absolutely killed it, and you did exactly what we thought you could do. So just want to say that real quick. Shout out
I
to
did also want to say from a different standpoint, the Knicks Summer League coach, Duse, he basically was like Tibbs. It's like, these are my veterans. I'm going to play them 35 minutes.
Yeah.
And after the second game, like third game, you're like, I don't really think I need to see Obi Toppin or Emmanuel Quickley out here anymore.
Right.
And I know Wayne Selden's trying to make an NBA roster again. I definitely don't need to see Wayne Selden and then Reed Travis. What the hell was that?
Right. He looked bad, right?
Yeah, I don't even want to. I saw, I tweeted it. It might have been Stacey Patton, but he was like, I think this dude just got him. He played himself off the Westchester Knicks.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. He
was
bad.
Did you see the one? There was one play specifically where he missed a jumper, but it wasn't that he missed the jumper. It was that he caught it, was open, actually traveled before he shot it, and then missed, and the ref didn't call it.
He looked
and the announcers were,
man.
Dude, it was like, I don't like, what happens when people go out there? Like, you got to the highest level of competition. You've been playing basketball your whole life, and then it's like,
he's like Ricky. He's like Ricky Bobby. He just was like, he just didn't know what to do with his hands while he was out there. It just kept going up.
I know you said Ricky Bobby. I thought you were gonna say Rick Ankiel, like forgetting how to pitch and then having to try to play outfield. And I was gonna be like, that's a great.
That would have been a
reference.
sick reference. Rich
Yeah.
Ankiel.
Rick Ankiel, yeah.
You just made me go back into the baseball fantasy
league.
snoozer.
Yeah,
The
welcome.
baseball fantasy snoozer.
You just keep Rick Ankiel. You have Rick Ankiel as a keeper
Rick
on your
Ankiel.
team from the pitcher, and you hope he makes it back in the majors as an outfielder 2 years later, which
What
he
a
did, which was
legend.
impressive.
It was St. Louis, right?
Yeah.
If my memory serves me right.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, Rick Ankiel. Way to go.
You
did it.
He could throw the ball better from the outfield to home plate than he could from pitcher's mound to home plate. It was pretty impressive. But yeah, so Dice literally just wanted to like play Obi and quickly a lot, and I was like, I feel like Tibbs is actually still coaching this team.
Well, I mean, it's smart, rightfully so, right? Because I feel like guys like Obi Toppin and Emmanuel Quickly are the future of this team. Obviously, I'm not breaking any news with that, but get him as much run as you can. With that, you can get a lot more confidence, and you can just, kind of see what the team can do in the future with these two guys. You got to let them get run. And like we said in the last pod as well, these guys are the cornerstone of the youth movement. And this was a statement by our team stating, like, they showed like these guys are what the future is. So they let them get run, tons of run, and they wanted these new guys to get tons of run with Quickly and Obi on the floor, which I think is great.
Can I ask you? Can I ask you a question to
Sure.
The almighty ranking system that all sports people do at all
times?
Yeah,
you're going to talk about the RJ Barrett not making 125 players?
Oh no, we can definitely talk about that. I mean, that's
bullshit.
It's wild.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the hate on this guy RJ Barrett. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah, let's just do it now. Whatever.
Yeah, might as well. Yeah,
Steph Parlow from The Athletic did a top 125 players list, which, just so people know, the math for how many people are in the NBA that play, there's 30 times 15. So there's 450 people in the NBA during the season. And there's 450 people in the NBA during the season. So to not make the top 125 means that RJ Barrett is not in the top. What percentage is that? How do I do math? 125 divided by 450. He's not in the top 27.78% of dudes in the NBA, which I just want to let anyone know that. Then also it is distracting for you to type things. I'm not going to even lie to you. Like, you're saying stuff that doesn't even have to do with what we're talking about at the moment. But anyway, so it's like RJ Barrett is like definitely one of the top 30% players in the NBA. This dude was the second or third best player on the team. That was the fourth seed in the East. And he just turned 21. This dude just turned 21 years old. And the way most people make lists is based on both ability and potential.
And youth. And how young they are.
Right, exactly. Like, I mean, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, outstanding. Youth can get you farther when you're near the bottom of the list.
Right.
But like, so the thing that got brought up a lot on Twitter was like, Alex Caruso is on this list. And then counter arguments to people that just clearly don't watch RJ Barrett were, who would you rather have play their part on a championship team? Which that's not how top lists go. Right? Like, to say Alex Caruso is a better seventh man off the bench that can play defense than RJ Barrett is, maybe. I mean, you're asking this dude to try to get a couple steals a game, and he plays really good defense, like probably top 30 defensive players in the league, Alex Caruso. But you're not asking him to initiate an offense. You're not asking him to get anyone open. You're not asking him to. I mean, you are asking him to try to shut down the best perimeter player, but he's like 27 years old. Like Thibodeau asked this dude to do this at 21. He was 20 years old last year.
Right.
He's 21. And his shooting went up like 9% from three. It went up like 4% overall. His free throw percentage went up like 9 percentage points. Like, he went from 63% free throw shooting to 74% free throw shooting. It's his second year in the league. And again, he is the second or third best team he's the second or third best player on a team that was the fourth seed when they were projected to win 20 games.
Right. Right.
How do
you leave
you
him out?
not have this dude on this list? Like,
I don't
what
understand.
is the thought process?
Do you think it's because he's like Canadian? Do you think it's because he's the second guy that came
Do
out of
people hate
Duke?
Canadians?
Do you
I don't know
think that
anyone that
it's
hates
because he's a
Canadians.
Knick? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand it. I have no idea.
I don't get it. I don't get it either. Honestly, it blows my mind.
It's not. I was gonna say it's borderline. It's not even borderline. It's just absolutely disrespectful for this guy to step up his game as fast as he has. Right?
You know what's even more wild about this? It's like The Athletic makes you pay to look at this shit. Like, imagine just having things that, I mean, if you actually think about it, I'm actually just realizing this right now. What Seth Partlow did is a cash grab. He made a list. Part now? I'm saying his name wrong, but I mean, he didn't include RJ Barrett. So what the hell do I
Who are you, me?
Seth Partnow. If you were to make people mad, aren't you going to try to make people mad from like New York, LA, Chicago?
Right.
Like,
of course.
I'm sure if we actually looked at this list, which I'm not going to pay for The Athletic, I don't care enough to. There's probably at least one Laker or a Clipper on there.
Somebody hit us with the Athletic password and use
let us get that login, bro. And also, if you have T-Mobile, they already have all your shit sold and found by the dark web. So I mean, if you have T-Mobile, you might as well just give me your Athletic login anyway.
Yeah, perfect.
But yeah, so it's like, if you get people from New York mad, I feel like New Yorkers are like the type of people that spitefully would buy this and then look at the list to roast this dude. So I think it actually is like a major ingenious.
It's just an absolute troll.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be. I could see him be like, oh,
I think we're giving him way too much benefit of the doubt. I think he
RJ Barrett
really
didn't. Yeah, the guy just has no idea. Well, then Tim Hardaway, I would list over RJ Barrett. So
I would not.
I would. I think Tim Hardaway is great. I was hoping that we would possibly like try to sign this guy. So
Tim Hardaway Jr. has somehow made more money than his dad in his NBA career, which I get is also inflation, salary caps and shit like that. But like, yeah, after like 4 seasons.
Yeah,
but like Tim Hardaway Jr. was not nearly as good as his dad was.
No shot. It's just it just goes to show how big this league is and how exponentially large it got over time. It's just the fastest growing league that anybody's ever seen. Obviously, baseball makes the most money, but like basketball grew
sheerly from amount of games.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I was actually the list I wanted to actually ask you about was a list I was gonna make up.
Sure. Yeah. What were you gonna say?
So it had nothing to do with the top.
Off.
It had nothing to do with the top 125 list.
Okay.
RJ Barrett's gonna make an All-Star game in the next like 3 years, and then
I would assume so.
He's gonna make the worst All-Stars of all time list. Just like
he'll be the first time he'll get on is for a reserve after someone gets hurt or something. Just more disrespect.
I mean, that's bound to happen, honestly. But like, just think that means he's like one of the top 20 players in the East, which I think he'll get there.
I agree.
No, but I was gonna say that. So rank these dudes based on what you saw in summer league, like where they're at currently, and then also highest potential.
Okay.
Obi Toppin, Jericho Sims, Quentin Grimes, Emmanuel Quickley, Miles McBride.
Okay.
The 3 draft picks, and then Obi and.
I'm still not sold on Obi.
Thank you.
Real quick before I do that though, there was one play, I don't remember what game it was. Obi Toppin and Emmanuel Quickley ran a pick and roll, and it was the absolute most athletically ran pick and roll I have ever seen in my entire life. The floor was stretched so wide. This dude threw a slip pass that didn't bounce. Quickly threw a bounce pass that wasn't even 2.5 feet, 3 feet off of the floor. They were both running at full speed, and this guy Obi Toppin caught it at full speed. I don't even think he took a dribble, and he went straight to the rack and finished. And I was like, that was impressive. That is the kind of work I want to see out of Obi Toppin. But his shooting was a lot better. He was pulling up with confidence, so on and so forth. But anyway. Yeah.
No, dude. I mean, that's the one.
It was better. It was better, right?
His shooting was really like.
Yeah, it was.
His
better.
shot looked so much more pure. He's not throwing it at the ceiling anymore. It's not like he's trying to do the rainbows as much.
Right. He did have a very high arc in his jumper. I agree.
Which is usually what they tell you to do when you're like trying to fix your form. It's like throw the ball really high to fix where your release point is, and then go from there. So it looks like he's gotten past that point. Exactly. Yeah. He's zoning in.
So I would go.
Let's do currently who's the best out of those 5, like the rank them, and then potential.
I would think Emmanuel Quickly, Obi Toppin. You said McBride, Grimes, and Sims.
And Sims, yeah.
Then it would probably be McBride. I like a lot. Like a lot. I like what I see out of this guy.
Yeah.
Then I would go Grimes and then Sims. I think you would probably agree with that.
Almost.
You would just switch McBride and Grimes.
Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm actually surprised you had Sims last. I thought you were gonna have Grimes last, but I guess based on the last 2 games, he really showed up his stock.
No.
So Grimes and McBride, they're both gonna get playing time this year through defense and spacing, right? Like McBride's not gonna be asked to really run the offense. Grimes isn't gonna be asked to you could always do back cuts, I guess, but like Grimes isn't gonna be like RJ Barrett, like catching the ball in the corner and then maybe dribbling, maybe driving, maybe passing. It'll be like you either keep the play going or shoot. Like, don't try to overthink it. What worries me about this is more of like a worry for McBride than it is a actual like pro for Grimes. Okay. I think Grimes is a better shot already.
Yep.
I don't think that's a crazy thing to say. He's also taller, higher release point. Like I think that it should be easier for him to get minutes than
over Grimes.
I think it'll be easier for Grimes to get minutes because of the position he plays over McBride currently.
Yep.
And my worry about McBride is this dude is a defensive hound. Like, he is going to.
This guy's a dog. He's a
dog. Exactly.
Yep.
He wants to press 94 feet hoop to hoop.
He's
going to have foul problems his first year.
Sure.
I'm going to just straight up, like, part of basketball is
learning how to play with
the guy.
Learning how to, but also to me, it's like when you're a very aggressively defensive guy, you have to learn what you can and cannot get away with the positioning of the refs. So I agree.
With the NBA, that takes more than 1 year.
Yes,
for sure.
I agree. Yep.
So I'm worried. Like, currently, I actually think McBride has more potential than Grimes.
I think McBride has more potential. See, so can I go to my thought? What I was going to say, because that kind of leads me to what I wanted to say
for the potential list. Yeah.
Yeah. Emmanuel Quickly's handles, the way he played the pick and roll, the way he was doing the James Harden step back threes. If he didn't,
they weren't going in, but he can do them.
No, but some of them were though. I mean, he hit a few of them.
Yeah.
If he wasn't adding to his game, which he obviously is, I would straight up say that McBride has the most potential out of anybody on the floor. I saw this guy run high screen. So,
damn, bro, I was really gonna say Rokas when I said that.
Dude, he was running those high pick and rolls, and he was shooting so confidently, and he shot the lights out in a few games where it was just like he was going for it and he was not missing.
His last game, he went 5 for 8 from 3.
I like this guy McBride a lot, not only because his size, his strength, his confidence, but also because his first name is Duse and his nickname is Duse. So
that makes sense. I mean,
yeah, obviously.
Yeah, duh. I mean, yeah, I wish there was a Francis on the team. So yeah, potential list. I would actually. You have McBride 2, then you have Quickly 1.
So I have Quickly 1. I have McBride 2. I have Obi Toppin 3. But I'm like iffy about that because I kind of don't know how much higher his ceiling is gonna go. Then I have Jericho Sims, and then I have Quinn Grimes last.
Okay, so I might blow your mind with what my thought process of potential is right now.
Sure.
I have Grimes 1 because Grimes is the same size of dudes like Devin Booker. Like, he's not Michael Jordan, but like he's that build. He's like 6'5", 6'6", like meant to play defense. And that shot. I mean, I know we both saw the Allen Houston pictures, like Grimes versus Houston. Grimes's hand is like maybe it's either he has longer fingers or like his hand's like a 1/4 inch farther up on the ball with his offhand. But dude, that shit looked crispy. Yeah. That was fucking pure when those shots go in. So overall, just potential. I'm not saying Grimes is going to be the best out of these 5. I think this dude actually could be like multiple time all-star solely from shooting if he can just do what
you think so.
Dude,
It is kind of blasphemous I put him last, right?
It's a pretty shot.
It is a pretty shot.
It
wasn't, but like it didn't hit it like, to me, form is one thing. I want to see you hit nothing but net. And a lot of his jumpers were like baby clankers. Like they would go in, but they were clanking around in there.
I'm not worried about that. I mean, yeah, nothing but net, but it's like he's also at nerves. Like Grimes also was the worst out of the draft picks they had in the first 2 games. Like he was not good. Like McBride looked better.
Yeah.
They all played rather poorly the first game against the Raptors. Also, Malachi Flynn went the fuck off, so that was hilarious.
Yeah. Wasn't he one with like the red hair a little bit? A little bit of red tinge.
Yeah. Also, he was already in the league last year, so I mean,
it's not like quickly.
But anyway, yeah. Well, quickly.
So was Obi Toppin and quickly.
Yeah. So they're not cheating though. We're homers through and through.
Yeah, they're definitely not cheating. Everyone else is, just not you guys.
But yeah, so it's like he didn't look good at all, and I loved just watching, even within a 6-game time frame, him just becoming that much better. Like the last game, he was the leading scorer at a game we won by 20.
Yeah.
Also, I'm so mad the Hawks didn't play Jalen Johnson. They sat him the last game, but we did get to see McBride shut the shit out of Sharife Cooper. And it's like, oh, that's right. Like, if a small dude doesn't have a great jump shot, your ability's capped. Like, your ceiling, you can see your ceiling. If you get it, you're good, but you can see where the ceiling is.
Right.
So I've Grimes 1. Probably blew your mind there, honestly.
Yeah, I wasn't that impressed, to be honest with you.
That's fine. I mean, we'll see. Whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
Potential based, I have quickly 2, McBride 3, Sims 4, and Obi 5.
And then Obi Toppin 5.
Yeah.
I really want, I was trying to turn
Obi's
around
already near his dude. For what's worth, I'm telling you, I said this on the last podcast. Obi Toppin, I hope, will be good in the NBA one day. It just won't be on the New York Knicks because Julius Randle is just going to play those minutes through and through. And either Obi needs to become a 3, which good luck between whoever you want to say, Barrett, Fournier, whatever, Alec Burks. Like those minutes are kind of full already, so you're not getting many minutes there. Small ball 5, Tibbs doesn't do that. It's Mitch, Noel, Taj, maybe Sims. Like it's just he needs a 6'11" guy out there.
Yeah.
Obi Toppin just, I mean, I don't see you getting more than 15 minutes on this team.
I'm happy you said it. I try to shy away from the Obi Toppin hate.
I don't hate him, dude. I'm way higher on Obi Toppin now than I was last year.
I felt bad putting Grimes at 5. I really wanted to put Obi Toppin at 5, like low key. I just think the guy is just.
Dude, we both said he's like the best or the second best player currently. Like
you get
to say you don't reach your potential is.
You get what you see with him. I mean, his jumper, like we said, his jumper looks better.
Also, he has the least amount of time to reach his potential. He's already 24.
I know, so old.
As we're 30 and 29.
32.
You're 32. You're 2 years older than me. I thought you were 1 year older.
Yeah, man, I'm old, man.
Wow.
I aged myself on the pod.
It's all good. No one had to know that.
I look like I'm in my 20s though.
Don't kid yourself.
Don't be hating.
You dance like you're in your 20s.
Don't be
boop,
hating.
boop.
Don't be hating.
Lapels, patches, keychains, pins.
Yeah, shout out to Empire Coins.
Yeah. Empire Design. But yeah, so dude, I loved what we saw out of our summer league team.
Yeah,
can we
too.
I just want to actually go on a mini Sharife Cooper fucking shit thing because there were so many Knicks fans that want this dude. And I'm sure Sharife Cooper actually does have a clear path to getting minutes now in the foreseeable future because he's playing behind Trae Young, which I mean, Trae's awesome. You want Trae out there for 38 to 40 minutes a game, obviously, if you're the Hawks, but smaller dude, probably. I'm assuming Trae's only going to play 70 to 75 games every year of his career, on average. He's bound to get a couple Knicks here and there.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't have a lot of ball handlers last year. They were relying on fucking Kevin Huerter.
Right.
And they got to the Eastern Conference Finals. So, Sharife Cooper has a way to get minutes and is going to be able to show up stuff. But this dude, I want to see this dude get torched on defense every single play until someone takes him out of the game. And the same thing for Trae Young. I still can't believe that Trae Young made the Eastern Conference Finals when he played Ben fucking Simmons in the second round. Fuck you, Ben Simmons. I don't even care. Entirely off topic, but
whoa,
yeah,
coming in hot.
I'm mad, yo. I never really expressed it. If I played a 9-year-old in basketball, I'm going to get a layup every time. Ben Simmons is 6'11" and strong. Trae Young is fucking 6 foot and weak. There is no reason Ben Simmons didn't average fucking 30 points a game in that series.
That's
And
the
Trae Young
difference.
making the Eastern Conference Finals while never having to play fucking defense for 3 rounds pissed me off. Fuck Ben Simmons.
I agree.
Entirely. This was supposed to be fuck Sharife Cooper, but yeah, you get it. But yeah, dude, Sharife Cooper, literally, I want to see this dude just get posted up every single time until he either puts on 10 pounds of weight or gets taken out of the game. And then for every Knicks fan to eat their word, every single team fan to eat their words that wanted Sharife Cooper on their team, because you can't have a guy that's 6 foot that can't shoot threes, operate your offense, and be a top 20 pick. It doesn't make sense.
You know what I'm doing right now?
What?
You're gonna laugh. I'm just looking at the my favorite end of the podcast section, and that's the reminisce of a former Knick. And I'm just looking through guys, and I'm just like thinking about them playing and just like getting a good laugh.
That's funny.
And I'm between two people.
Who are you? Who are the two guys you're thinking about?
One of them's Quincy Acey. And then the other one is Lua Munson. And I don't know.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know why these two guys came to mind. But yeah, and also R.I.P. Ron Baker. You didn't die, but you're just still in our hearts and in our souls.
Oh my God. Yeah, Ron Baker, the first NBA basketball player, probably the only one to ever have a deal by Vans because he looked like a skateboarder.
Yeah, that's so cool. He was so emo.
I'm gonna bring it back a little bit more for
yeah.
So who are you picking?
I don't know. I just love them so. I love them all. They all hold like little pieces of my heart. So, I mean, I don't know. I guess we go with Lua Munson because he just had that hair. I guess.
Oh my God.
I mean, if we're gonna go with hair, we have to go with Ron Baker, though, right?
Yeah,
because he had no choice.
I'm gonna go with Chris Childs.
Oh my God.
Chris Childs made me be an NBA fan. He made me be a basketball fan because I was a little kid watching a Knicks game and they said his name was Childs, and I was like, "They're talking about me. I'm a child."
You're like, I identify. I identify with this.
I'm a little kid. So I'm looking at Chris Childs' Wikipedia page. Also, when I watched him, he was on the Knicks from 1996 to 2001. I'm pretty sure I started watching him in like 97 or 98.
Okay.
It was the year before the lockout when they made the championship. Was like the first memories I have of watching basketball.
Okay.
Do you know? So Chris Childs went to Boise State.
Okay.
So that's sick.
I know. Yeah.
That's also lit. Yeah. No, that is dope as fuck. They have the best college football fields. So like that's really cool. Who doesn't love that blue? They have a dope Bronco logo.
You leave yourself in a Boise State, can't see the team or the field, cuz.
Yeah, exactly.
Andre 3000.
Like, damn, bruh. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot those are the
Frank Ocean track, I'm pretty sure. So.
Yeah. Dude, I'm at playing Boise State in like the old NCAA college football games. It was basically like cheating because like graphics were trash, but you also just couldn't see. So like the year they had Jared Zabransky, or the fuck his name was, at quarterback, and when they did the Statue of Liberty to win the the Fiesta Bowl against Oklahoma.
It's cheating.
Yeah, they literally just blended in.
Yeah.
But so Chris Childs went to Boise State, so that's fucking dope. It's a really cool college to go to.
Yeah.
Went undrafted, sick, like John Starks, like cool redemption story, like had to work his way up. Had a 14-year career.
Yeah, word, shout out. 14 years. Ended back with the Nets.
And played both in New Jersey and New York.
Yeah.
And played on the team that the Knicks made it to the championship against the Spurs and lost in 5 the lockout year.
Yeah.
So shout out to Chris Childs.
Yeah, shout out to your 6.9 points for your career. You did it. We love you.
I mean, you got to play your role, man. If you're on undrafted point guard, you're not playing a lot, but you're
You
out
think
there.
you think you can score a bucket in an NBA game? Probably not, right?
No, I hate that people say yes all the time.
Do you think I can
Maybe.
score a bucket in an NBA game?
Uh,
If I had five looks, like five like catch and shoot looks within the elbow, you think I could hit an open jumper?
how are you open at the elbow?
Like off of a pick and pop or something.
I mean,
Or
you're
running
you're
off a
big
screen.
enough that I feel like you actually would be able to like get a couple shots up and maybe
Don't
one
be
of them
mad.
go in.
Don't be mad, Vin. Don't be mad. I got a jumper.
Oh my god. I'm mad that how did you get to the point that we're talking about whether you'd be able to score in an NBA game?
I think I could score in an NBA game. Sign me. Someone sign me. I'm here. I'm 6'5".
Sorry, I said I wouldn't talk. This is the only thing I'm going to say. Frank, if you played a full game, right?
Yeah.
Full game.
I wouldn't be able to breathe.
No,
on the
listen,
court.
if you could breathe, if they gave you a full game and they gave you 22 shots,
You don't think I'm making any of
you're
them?
making one.
You're lying.
One.
22 shots.
Two, maybe. I'm out.
Yo,
Poopy
I'm
out.
not gonna hold on a
You're
second.
a-
I'm not gonna say that. So
you're
if
a liar.
Frank, if you played a full game and you got 22 shots in a game, your team lost 100 to 43, but you have like 6 points.
I'm dropping 10. You give me 22 looks. I'm getting double digit points.
Maybe
I mean, at that point, you'll
Maybe
draw
on
a foul sooner or later.
Maybe on the New York Knicks,
Without a doubt.
2016.
Without a doubt, you give me 22 looks in a
And
full
Frank
game.
would be one of those
I'm
fantasy
giving
guys, Joe.
I'm giving. Listen, when I played high school football, I used to throw the football over those mountains over there. So, do you know the reference?
All right, Uncle Ricky.
Yeah, there you go. That
Yeah.
a boy.
Napoleon Dynamite.
Uncle Rico.
Rico, Ricky, whatever.
I could throw a football over the mountains.
I don't any and all timeless movies I don't remember. I can't remember quotes of anything. I'm lucky I can remember Mike Breen says bang. Like it's just one word, so I get it right.
Just think Ricky Martin.
Ricky Bobby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ricky Bobby.
Yeah.
I'm scoring 10 points with 22 looks. I'm just saying, without a doubt.
I wouldn't even try to take 22 shots. That's a waste of
Joe, you would
everyone's
be high energy. You would get like 2 looks high energy.
time. Yeah.
You give
If
them,
I scored, it's because I got a fast break.
You'd be giving them, you know, when like
Joey
you know
go 19 for 20 with 18 rebounds and 17 assists in a pickup game. Okay.
Joe is the first guy to get a quadruple double at San G by Heritage.
Yeah, I don't even know. I feel like I black out most of the time when I play those games, honestly. It's kind of crazy. I wish we were all younger and could play basketball more and not have to go to work as much. But
Yeah, I don't want to play. I don't want to work anymore. I just want to.
the game that Vin's talking about, I smoked weed right beforehand and like yeah, crazy, right? Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
So literally it was like there was 11 people there and like Vin and our friend James were the only 2 dudes that actually knew who I was. And small white dude, like I'm not gonna like if you don't know me,
you get slept on.
I'm not gonna get picked. So literally there was
Right.
11 people there. I didn't get picked for the first game. So I went to the car, like just smoked half a J that me and James were sharing, come back inside for the second game. And I mean like
Locked in.
wild. It was actually unbelievable. It might have been the greatest game I ever played.
It was like the greatest moment of your life ever.
No, the greatest moment of my life sports wise when I was 8 years old. Like it was like the first or second years in Little League. And I was playing third base. And this dude tried to do a suicide squeeze bunt. And I read it. But like he did the bat late for it being a little kid. Like kind of tried to sneak it in on his coach even. His coach was yelling afterwards. He popped the bunt up barely. Like, I mean, like barely above like little kid, like head level. I fucking dove, caught the ball in the air for an out, and then threw the guy out at first that was trying to run to second for a double play.
A little
At
double.
8 years old. That's my best play in my life.
That's awareness right there.
Yeah. That's my best ever play.
You peaked at 8 years old.
I peaked at 8, yeah. I mean, I didn't get much taller since then. So
You're like, one time when I was in kindergarten, we were playing kickball. Oh boy.
There was also a time in kindergarten I almost got suspended for kicking a bully in the dick. His name was also Joseph.
This is grade A. Grade A content.
Yeah.
If Joseph could only see you now.
I mean,
You know,
He might. Who knows?
he
Honestly,
might not have a dick anymore.
Yeah.
Might be Josephine at this point.
Joe, tell them about your signature move.
What's my signature?
It's like a over under.
Oh, I do like the worst ever Euro step, basically. And like it just works all of the time. Because like it's like I'd use both hands and just fucking like pump fake really high, but really high to
I know the
you
movie
know
you're
exactly
talking
what I'm
about.
talking
I
about.
do. I've seen it.
Listen, every time we go to the rec, he confuses the shit out of people.
Every time.
Like, what is this guy doing?
It actually blows people's minds. But I don't know. It blows my own mind.
It's like a fake shot / pass.
No, it was incredible
It's
to
like
me. Last time we went to the rec in I don't want to say where we live. Last time we went to the rec, they were like, "Holy shit, this guy's like the GOAT," and they got pass, and this dude showed the ball.
Oh my god.
Oh, he's just rocking people to sleep with his exceptional discombobulated skills.
So you know how like Jokovitis led like the couple games he did play and look good, not the first game, the other two, like
Yeah.
the slow motion hezzy, like
Yeah,
you go
kills
into the
people.
paint and you just by moving slower than everyone else, it works. I basically run really fast, and then the second I hit the free throw line, I just stop in slow motion basically, and everyone flies by. It just has been working my whole life.
It's like the old adage, like when you're in a car chase, if you
just slam the
if
brakes
you just
sometimes.
slam on the brakes, the car just fucking fly right by you.
Yo, it's like every single movie of Bad Boys or Fast and Furious ever. They never get away from the dude until you press the brakes, man. That's it.
Joe modeled his basketball game off of the Fast and the Furious.
No, he modeled it off Twisted Metal.
Yeah. Yeah.
How did Twisted Metal make a reference in back-to-back pods? This is impressive. We should just keep this going now. I like this.
Yeah. Like try to sneak her in.
Twisted Metal reference.
That game was so good. Off topic.
Yeah.
Love that game.
I fucking love Twisted Metal.
Me too. It was as good as it gets. I used to play the guy on the motorcycle. That was my can't remember. I think it was like Grim or something like that. That was my guy.
Yo, so what's it called? Actually, real quick on Twitter. What was I gonna say? Oh, so Stephen A. Smith, did you guys see what he posted before? About like he was like, which one of these guys do you want to see take the last shot? And it's a picture of himself and then 8 Knicks. So it's like
wow, that's disrespectful.
It's mad funny.
Can we pull that up to name the Knicks?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm like in the middle of like a mentioned Twitter. Like I actually got people mad
You
over
love
what I
that.
said. I love making people mad.
You do.
Making people mad is how you get noticed. And
I'm
also,
gonna say it's better he's doing it on Twitter than Facebook.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
I would never
Twitter.
do it on Facebook. Yeah, for sure. Where is this post? There's literally so many responses to this right now that I can't even figure
It's
out.
not for me. Twitter's so trolly, man.
That's
Not
why I
for
love
me.
it, man. I'm
I
a natural
know,
troll. I
Not
make
for
people
me.
mad in person, and then people are like, but like no one hits anyone anymore.
Yeah, and then you stop at the free throw line and pump fake, and then you just have no idea what to do.
and they're so mad that they're
They're
still
done.
flying by. It says who's taking the final shot: Patrick Ewing, Allen Houston, Carmelo Anthony, Walt Clyde Frazier, John Starks, Willis Reed, Jeremy Lin, Bernard King, and Stephen A. Smith. And my response to this was, what does it say about the Knicks that Jeremy Lin is on this list? And then a dude that has a Zach Wilson fake account on Twitter literally says no Jeremy Lin slander will be tolerated plus ratio, which ratio also is fucking so dumb. If you have to
Right.
use a meme or a trend that's happening to make yourself feel like you won a battle, it means you lack intelligence. Use your own words. Don't be part of a crowd.
That's
But
what-
anyway,
wait, what
I
is
hate
ratio?
trends, by the way.
Wait, what does ratio mean?
ratio means that if you post something that gets more likes or retweets or comments or shit than the actual post itself, and you write ratio in the post, which is basically like a cash grab. It's like, oh my God, I'm going to say this, so therefore it works. That means the person that made the original post got ratioed. It's like the person responding to your shit is better than you, so your original thought isn't even as good. But anyway, besides the point.
That's
Besides the
corny.
point.
I like
so
that.
literally,
Yeah.
I was like, what does it say about the Knicks that Jeremy Lin is on this list? And because of that, it's just been going off on the side during this podcast.
Ratioed.
Because I posted it like 15 minutes before we started recording this, and it's just been going. My notifications on my computer and phone have been going ham. And literally, someone who clearly went to my page that I've never talked to before went to my page to respond to the end of it to say your podcast is irrelevant. But I'm in your brain, bro. I got rent space in your head.
Right.
Because
How
you looked at
irrelevant
my
are we?
shit to figure out that I had a podcast to say it's irrelevant. So suck my whole dick. And with that, we're out on the Big Nick Energy podcast. Again, check out
Yeah.
our sponsor, Empire Original Designs, at
What do we have?
jointheempire.com. The East Coast #1 challenge coin
Tell 'em.
manufacturer. Home of challenge coins, lapels, pins, patches, keychains, bottle openers, and more.
Yeah.
Mention our podcast, Big Nick Energy, via email for proper sound purchases. Once again, that's jointheempire.com. If you got the shit to say, come on the pod and do it. I'm Joe Yoke. That's Trey Duse.
Come
Let's
get
go
this
Knicks
smoke.
Summer League forever. Peace.
Peace.